10 years ago, I started to design my own glide computer as a mechanical engineering student. In the following years, we developed together with the OpenVario team this OpenVario glide computer and sold it as a kit. SteFly was born. Last year we took it to the next level and I tested the prototype of the new SteFly NAV. Today we will show you our production version of the SteFly NAV 7T, the 7-inch screen version, and of course we also have the SteFly NAV 57 with a 5.7-inch screen. These are the same screen sizes as before with the OpenVario, and also the cutout is the same, the outer dimensions are the same, and the connectors, the electric connectors are the same. So it is really easy to replace, and it's just a plug-and-play solution to upgrade with the new SteFly NAV. The advantage of the new SteFly NAV is that we have a touchscreen, an even brighter display, and the operating system is Android 11, which allows you to install your own applications, and you can switch between different applications like XeSaw, OpenSaw, CU Navigator or Sky Daemon, for example. So, and also if there's a new update available, you just install the new update and you're good to go. So it's really a big improvement. Of course, also the connectivity is available here. We have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth already included. So if you are at a competition, you can just download the files directly from Soaring Spot and then copy it to the directory and open it in XeSaw. Much quicker, and you don't need a laptop at the end. Before I will show you all the new features, let's talk about the SteFly story. So 10 years ago, as a mechanical engineering student, I started to develop my own glide computer. It was an embedded design challenge from Clouddancers where I placed second and I won $10,000, which was great, and which I invested in my first own glider in the Standard Libelle. From then on, I was in contact with the OpenVario developers, which is an open source project, and we shared, for example, the remote stick design and so on. And after I won this prize, I thought it's not good to make an own product. It was better to join this team and to create something cool together. And at some point, the developers of the OpenVario reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to sell some kits of this OpenVario device so that more glider pilots can get access to these parts, and it's easier to manufacture it in a bigger quantity. And yeah, then it somehow started that I sold these kits. It worked nice, it worked great at the beginning, and at the end of my mechanical engineering studies, then I said I will try to do this as my main job after the studies, and also fly a lot and so on. So everything then came together. I started slowly to also create some YouTube videos. Over the years, we learned a lot what you need, and of course what I also need for competition flying. And that's why we improved and developed the new SteFly NAV. And now we show you all the new features. The first new feature is the touchscreen, which is really great, especially on the ground, to insert here a task, for example. You can just insert here the name and select the waypoint and so on. So for me, it is really great. On the ground, it saves some time before a competition, but in the air, I still prefer the remote stick, the hardware keys and so on. It's more ergonomic, more convenient to zoom in, to zoom out, to get to the next page and so on. That's much more easy on the remote stick. The touch panel is optically bonded to the screen so that there's no air gap in between and that there are no reflections. So also the angle where you can see really well the display improved a lot. And the brightness of the screen also increased. With the same power consumption, we now have a brighter screen. And if you want to save power, you can even dim down here the display, the brightness. This is our last version of the OpenVario, and we still have the same cutout here for the instrument panel with the same screws and so on, so that it's really easy to replace the unit. Also, the connectors here at the backside are the same. We have here a 5.7-inch version, and you can see the D-sub 15 connector, that's this one. We have the RJ45 ports with the IGC pin out, and then we have more USB ports available here on the SteFly NAV. Of course, now we also have Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, so that is really helpful to make a hotspot with your smartphone at a competition and just download quickly from a soaring spot the new waypoint files of the competition. And yeah, you don't need a USB stick, you don't need a laptop and so on. It's really great to have this connectivity available as an option. Of course, you can also use here an SD card. At the moment, I use the OpenSOAR application here, which is kind of XUSOAR program, but with the new Laros driver, with the dual wind arrows, with the real-time wind, with the long-term wind, and so on. But of course, there are also some other applications available, like the standard XUSOAR, like CU Navigator, Top Hat, or for the ultralight planes, even Sky Demon. Sky Demon is a great program for ultralight planes, and you can install our SteFly NAV there as well. You have a bright, the sunlight readable screen with a great touchscreen, and use the application which you already know on your smartphone, for example. Then here we have Top Hat, which is also an XUSOAR based program with a different menu structure and so on, which is commonly used in the United States. Then you can also use CU Navigator, which is a new program from Navigator, which has a great high detail map. You can arrange the info box sets on your own. You can have overlays for weather, and there are many great features implemented. At the moment, you need to know that you can only use Bluetooth Low Energy connection to external devices. So the external devices are quite limited at the moment for this program, but we hope to have a cooperation with them in the future to improve all the system, also for our serial connections and for our Laros barometer sensor unit. What's really great with the Android operating system is if there's an update of the application, you can just go here into the Google Play Store, download the latest version, and you have the update and you're good to go. Now it's time to exchange our prototype version with the production version of the SteFly NAV 70. Let's get started. So this here is the prototype version, still with the 3D printed housing here. We reused some parts, some aluminum parts of the Open Vario. But this here is the final product, and as you can see, the size of the housing and everything is smaller, especially here in the width, about 1 centimeter smaller. Here we have the same size, and yeah. So we try to make the housing as small as possible so that you have it easier to install it. And of course, it is one-to-one replaceable with the original Open Vario. So for example here, this USB hub is not necessary anymore. We have enough USB ports on our new SteFly NAV. We have 4 on the side. We have here one USB 3.0 and one USB-C. So overall we have 6 USB ports. So it's really not necessary to have these additional devices in there. Time to test the new installation. Both devices are connected, the FLARM is connected, and our Laros is connected, the sensor unit here. And we even see here the wind arrows, the real-time wind and the long-term wind. Okay, so here are the wind arrows. The short term is the The real-time wind is the green one, the long-term wind is the blue one. And now it detects the takeoff, but there is no takeoff. Only my brother is blowing into Peter Tube. So everything is working as expected, just a change one-to-one between the prototype device and this device, but it's exactly the same with the Open Vario if you want to switch to the new SteFly NAV. Check out the link below to our webpage to this product if you are interested. Then of course make sure to subscribe to my channel, and then I will see you in the next one. Cheers!